it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. Today I will be doing a rose fragrance video. I have picked up quite a few rose fragrances from some Middle Eastern fragrance brands, and I would just like to go through this with you today. These are fragrances that I have not done a full video on so far. I have mentioned some of them when doing other videos, but I have not featured them on my channel. They have all macerated and I have been playing with them for quite some time and wearing them. So this is not a first impressions. The first one, it is this one from the house of ARMAF. I do not have many fragrances from ARMAF, and it is a brand that I am looking into, but I picked this up, I would say close to 6 months ago, and I do love this fragrance very much. This one, it is called a Club de Nuit Imperial, and sometimes it is referred to just as Club de Nuit White. It is inspired by Delena Exclusive. For those of you who follow me, you do know that the original Delena, it is not a fragrance that I like. There is a note in this fragrance which bothers me. I did come close to buying the Delena Exclusive, but this strange note, it is also in Delena Exclusive. It is not as strong as it is in the original. I think that there might be carnation in this fragrance. I am not sure, and carnation, it's a note that I cannot tolerate very well, and this note in Delena or Delena Exclusive, which bothers me, it does mimic carnation. So I never picked up the original. I ordered this one and I do like it very much. It does have the same signature as Delena Exclusive, but it does not have this note that I do not like. So this one, I do love this very much. It is a very creamy rose fragrance. I do love the musk in this fragrance. I do love it that the opening, it is a bit fresher than Delena Exclusive, and the rose note in this fragrance, it does remain fresh throughout the life of the fragrance. The dry down, it is a bit woody, of course, with some rose accords, and I do get quite a bit of musk from this. The lasting power of this fragrance, it is for me about, I would say, 6 to 8 hours. I love the packaging, I love the fragrance, it is easy to wear, and this is the closest I have gotten to owning any of the Delena fragrances. The next fragrance that I have, this is MOHRA from Lattafa. This is one of the first fragrances I bought from Lattafa when I started getting into this brand, and I do like this fragrance very much. The bottle, it is very pretty. The only little issue I have with the packaging is sometimes this tassel gets in the way when you are spraying, but other than that, it is very beautiful. The lasting power of this fragrance, it could be a bit better, but I just spray a lot of it because it is a very light, easygoing fragrance, non-offensive. It does have the same vibes as a lot of your everyday department store fragrances. It reminds me most of Miss Dior Bloomin' Bouquet, which is a rose fragrance that I do love very much. I mean, this is not a clone of this fragrance, but you get the same vibes, the same feeling. Miss Dior Bloomin' Bouquet, it is not very complex. It's an everyday soft rose scent. And this one, it reacts the same way. The opening of MOHRA, it is very fresh with some of this pink pepper note. It is not an abrasive opening. The rose, it is not at all artificial. I was a bit taken aback by this fragrance because a lot of time rose fragrances in this price range, they have a bit of an alcohol opening and you have to wait a bit. But with this fragrance, I did not make this experience. The rose accord, it is very dominant. However, there is also a lot of musk. I would say this is a rose scent with a very pretty musk dry down. Honestly, I cannot see this fragrance offending anyone. It is just very nice, very light, perfect for spring and perfect for summer, the same as Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. The longevity, it could be a bit better. I do get about 6 hours from this. I do spray a lot more. When this is freshly applied, it does have quite a bit of sillage, but it tones down and it does become a very nice soft rose fragrance. I can really recommend this fragrance to anyone because it is very versatile, very pretty, easygoing. This fragrance is office proof, church proof. Wherever you are going, this is just a scent to throw on and go, and you don't have to worry about it. It is very nicely done. I mean, it is nothing special, extraordinary, complex. It is just a nice everyday scent, and for the price point, it is money well spent. The next fragrance on my list, this is also from Lattafa, and this one, it is called Bayaan. The packaging is very nice. I have kept the packaging all these months because it's very pretty, and this is more of a fall, I would say more winter rose scent. This is the way the bottle looks. I like it. It is definitely not for everyone, but in our perfume collection, this looks very pretty. Bayaan, it is more of a heavier rose fragrance. There are some gourmand accords, there is oud, and this one definitely has a bit of a Middle Eastern signature. In order to like this fragrance, you would need to be someone who can tolerate an oud note. It is a very beautiful oud note in here. It is not barnyard. The rose, it is more of a sweet rose accord, and this fragrance, it is definitely one for winter, the fall, colder weather. This one is marketed as a fruity floral gourmand fragrance, but I find this to be more floral, fruity as opposed to gourmand. The notes in this one, there's cassis, lychee, and pink pepper. It definitely does have a sweet, spicy opening. The heart note, it's rose, praline, and cardamom. The cardamom note in here, it is very nice, and this is what gives this fragrance a bit of a Middle Eastern signature along with the oud. The base, it is moss, oud, and vanilla. This is a sweet rose oud fragrance. It is very beautiful. It is a yummy rose fragrance. Guys, I really cannot tell you exactly which fragrance this is inspired by. I have seen some reviews where people are saying it's Costa Azzurra. I have seen websites where it's being stated that this is inspired by Ombre Nomade. I do know this fragrance a bit. I really do not think so. This is a bit sweeter. It is a bit more gourmand. It is a rose fragrance with oud and some gourmand notes, and there are a lot of fragrances on the market at the moment with this same signature. I find this to be very beautiful. It's very well formulated. It is not cloying. And for me, because I do love heavy fragrances, this is quite easy to wear. The longevity, it is quite good, and it does have very good sillage. This one, it is not a fragrance for everyone. I do love oud fragrances. I love rose oud. I love gourmand rose fragrances. And this one, it is a bit on the fresher side, so I do like this formulation very well. However, for a lot of people, this could be a bit too much. This is a perfect fragrance for evening time. I don't think this is a fragrance that I would wear in the office very often, especially if I know I will be in a closed room. This behaves like, I would say, Montal oud fragrances, where they are a bit dense and they do have a bit of sillage. This one is a compliment getter. Every time I wear this fragrance, I am always asked, what are you wearing? It smells very nice. This is a beautiful fragrance and it is worth picking up. I think it punches way above the price point. So I would say if you can get a sample of this, do so, and if you can get to try this out prior to making a purchase. It is not a fragrance that I would recommend buying blind, unless if you know you like oud, you like rose, and you are able to pull off heavy fragrances. The next fragrance, it is this one from Lattafa. It is called Lahdath. The packaging, it is quite bulky, and when you do get the fragrance, it looks like this. I will just go ahead and open this. I have had this for quite some time. This is the packaging. I mean, it is a matter of taste. Some people may find this to be beautiful. Some people may find this to be gaudy. For me, it is right in the middle, and it does make a very nice decoration piece. This rendition of rose, it is not my favorite. I have had this here for a while. I barely ever use this because I find this to be a very artificial rose. The opening, it has a bit of alcohol, but throughout the life of this fragrance, what I do get, it is a very sweet artificial rose fragrance with vanilla and musk. This one, it is supposed to be inspired by Mancera Roses Vanilla, which is sort of a lemon rose fragrance, lemon rose vanilla. This one has rose and lemon in the opening, and then rose and caramel in the heart note, and then vanilla musk and cedar. Honestly, when this is first sprayed, I get an artificial opening and rose. The lemon note, it really never develops into a citrus note. I do have a perfume friend where we are always comparing fragrances, talking about fragrances, and she did tell me she loves this very much and I should allow this to macerate for about 6 months. Guys, I mean, it is not 6 months yet. I think it is closer to, I would say, 3.5 months. At the moment, it is still not the way that I like my rose. The artificial opening, it is still there. I do get nice hints of vanilla, a bit of a gourmand accord, but the opening for me is still an issue. I will keep it here, allow it to macerate a bit, and I will try this one again in 6 months to see if it has changed and if I end up liking this a bit more. But honestly, I don't think you should have to allow a fragrance to sit in your perfume cabinet for 6 months prior to really getting use out of it. I mean, perfume is relative, so I may smell an artificial opening, which is a bit of a put off to me, which for others, it might be a yummy lemon accord. So I will come back on this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you again soon on my channel. If you are using any one of these fragrances, especially this one, please let me know how it developed over the months and if you are liking it. Take care. Hope to see you again soon. Tschüss.